taking them out like a smack in the face.
What's up, ballers? It's the Motive Maniac, and I am back today to try something. Before I get started, yes, I do pay BMI for the rights to the music, so we're covered there. This past weekend, I was bowling the scratch tournament with Yannick Roos. Very humble guy. If you don't know Yannick Roos, Google him. You should know him if you're watching bowling videos. You know, pretty much needs no introduction. But if you don't, Google him, watch some of his stuff. He is SBI. He does all the marketing and branding for Storm, Roto Grip, 900 Global. So anyway, I was talking to him about this Jackal Onyx, and he saw how great I was throwing the brand new Lethal Venom on fresh oil. And I kept telling him, I was like, the Jackal Onyx is amazing for a house shot or for leagues, which is a modified house shot. If you have this ball, you're probably doing great in leagues with it. I do great in leagues with it. But when I get to these other sport shots or these scratch tournaments that are using these harder patterns, heavy oil, fresh oil, doesn't matter, I can't use it. On the shorter patterns, like 36, 37, 38 feet, it's way too strong. But then when you get to the 42, 43 or a little longer, it's dead. Dead. I can't use the ball. It's a heavy oil ball. I always thought it was you'd be able to use it. I can't use it. So I was telling Yannick that. And he was like, the Lethal Venom I'm using on fresh heavy oil on these harder shots. Tournaments, even on league shots. It's a league shot killer. But it's so great. It doesn't burn up its energy. It crushes the pins. Yannick told me, he was like, the Lethal Venom is at 3,000 grit. That's why. And then he got into explaining. He said the Onyx is, I keep it at 500 or 1,000. 1,000 is out of box finish. He said the Onyx on a sport shot or on a longer pattern or on more oil, he said you're killing the ball in the fronts and the mids. So by the time it gets to the pins, it's dead. He said you probably throw the ball 17, 18 offhand. By the time it gets to the pins, you're at like 14, 15. You're losing. He said if you watch the Lethal Venom at 3,000 grit, you throw it 17, 18 miles an hour, you're hitting the pins at 16 and a half, 17 miles an hour. You're not losing anything. So he told me, he said, don't get frustrated with the Jackal Onyx. He said, instead of getting frustrated, take it up to 3,000 grit. He said, it's a stronger core, it's a stronger cover, it's a stronger ball. He said, if you take that to 3,000 grit, he said, you're going to have a stronger version of your Lethal Venom that can be played on sport shots, longer patterns, leagues. He said, you don't want that 1,000 grit. He said, a lot of people think just because it's a lower grit, it's a stronger ball. It's not the case. He said, a lower grit is going to read earlier, which means it's going to burn earlier. He said, that's it. That's the difference. He said, you have the Lethal Venom, 3,000 grit, great ball, smaller core, little weak of a recover. But it's hitting harder than the Jackal Onyx and playing stronger. Take the Jackal Onyx to 3,000 to match it. Stronger cover, stronger core, gonna destroy the pins, and it's gonna be like matchsticks blowing up when it hits. Haven't done it yet. I've already taken it to 3,000 grit. True Cut sanding pads, purchased from freewayproshop.com, lowest price point in the country. But we have changed this to 3,000. I haven't thrown it since then. You know, the first couple of shots aren't gonna react the same. But we're gonna see what happens now on the exact same pattern that we threw in the tournament this past weekend when I couldn't throw this, and the exact same pattern that I shot on the last video for the Lethal Venom. So I'll put the pattern right here, let it sit here for about 10 seconds, guys, and then we're going to throw it and see if it's stronger than the Venom now. I hope it is. And as much knowledge as Yannick has on balls, pretty sure it's going to be right there for it. So I can start throwing this ball a lot more in tournaments, sport shots, league. You guys can't see over here, like tonight we have our scratch league. We bowl in a different PBA pattern every week on our scratch league. You have an under average and an upper average bowler combined together every week. You switch partners. So, man, if I can get that ball to work on a sport shot, how I need it to, oh, I'm going to feel very good going into scratch league tonight. So, anyway, guys, give me just a minute. I'm going to let Rigger go outside real quick, drink some water, put my tape on my fingers, and we're going to see if this ball is as good as Yannick told me it was, because he's the only person that's told me to do that. So 3,000 grit Jackal Onyx, bringing it up from 1,000, and hopefully we destroy these pins. I'll be right back. All right, boys, here we go. Jackal Onyx at 3,000 grit. You can see it's not as dull, but we haven't got any lane shine on it. So we're going to probably throw one frame each lane here. We'll try to figure out where we're at. Again, this is that sport shot pattern, the European bowling tour pattern. Get a little oil on it the first couple shots, just to see how it reacts. That's okay. It's a 10 pin. I'll take that. Get oil on the ball, and we get practice on a 10 pin. It's the first shot of the day right out of the car. Again, remember we do pay the rights to BMI for the music. So if we're going to go into a full game, with the 3,000 grit Jackal Onyx, need to practice that 10 pin anyway. So there we go. There's the oil track. Gets wider. It's good. So we're just going to get some oil on this ball. And then we're going to go into a full game and see how we do. It's not losing its energy there. First two shots. Let's throw this one. They're doing one of these cheater videos, you know. We got a 9 to strike. Ooh. But you can see there's that European oil pattern that I was talking about in that last video. So it starts here, goes right past the finger holes, it stops there, and then starts right back up. All the way around the ball. Now this ball did not work at all in the sweeper or the tournament at 1,000 grit. This ball slid to the 3 and 6 pins. It burned up in the mids, so when it stopped hooking, it just went straight. But this may be a cheater video. We may not take warm-ups and then go into a game. We might just go straight into a game depending on this shot. I think we're going to go straight in the game. 9 spare 2 strikes right out the car. Can't complain about that. You can see it's not dying at the pins. You guys have seen other videos with me with this ball where it's dead. That ball's hitting the pins. Bad shot. Okay, so it's the 2 frames in each lane. Now we may switch and go into a full game. We'll see. If I pick it up, we'll make a bet. If I pick this up, we're going to go straight into the game right here. If I don't, we're going to erase these scores and go to a game. See what happens on this. We got 1 out of 4. All right, guys. So it seems like it's hitting the pins a little harder, but now we're really going to see 4 frames. What was that? 5 shots? 1, 2, 3, 5 shots. It's got the oil on it now since we brought it back up to 3,000, or since we brought it up to 3,000. I'm going to erase these scores and we're going to go right into a game. We're going to shoot a full game. Pretty much the only spares I'm going to shoot with the sniper will be 10 pin or 610. Let's go into a full game and see what happens. All right, boys, here we go. Jackal Onyx, 3,000 grit. We have erase those scores. Let's shoot a full game. See how we do with it. Let's see. Remember, we do pay the rights to BMI for the music, so we are still covered. There we go. That's the way to start out. You can see, we took Yannick's advice on this, and I'm telling you, listening to somebody who knows bowling balls, even though he's SPI, he knows all bowling balls. You listen to something like that, because that ball in the tournament, if I threw that same ball, rolled right through the pins and left me with something stupid. It had no energy when it hit the pins. Thought we might get a 9 there with that late ball and 7 pin. And also remember, guys, all these balls that I've been throwing, that brand new Hysteria, the brand new Lethal Venom, the Jackal Onyx, they're all available on freewayproshop.com. Just so you guys see that oil. boop, 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 all the way around. There's that little speed bump. But they are still available, and it's the lowest price point in the tire country. Remember that. And when I resurfaced this, it was done with the CTD pad. They are sold on the Pro Styles website now, along with Hook Monster. That was close to leaving a ring 10. Not sure if you guys saw that. We were very close to leaving a ring 10 there. We may need to make an adjustment, probably half-inch up, half-inch left, because I figure by 5 or 7, that's going to leave that ring 10. Uh-oh, give us a brook. Oh, wait. Side. Bad throw, went inside. Thing you don't want to do when you're bowling against these guys like I was this weekend, against Yannick, against Chase Nadeau, against Morgan Robinson, Scott Ashley, Bobby Lawrence, Switch Hitter Bowling. Check him out. He's on the channel. When you're bowling against these guys, you do not want to leave opens. And your goal is to get 2 teens. You get above 2 teens, 2 20s. There were so many games. I told you guys, 3 games. We bowled 6 games. First 3-4 games, you can get the 200s, 2 teens, 2 20s. You're golden. There were so many high 4s and high 5s on the sweepers. I mean, high 4s, low 5s on the sweeper series Friday night that it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. So I made that half-inch right there. We kicked that 10 out perfect. No worries there. But there were so many high 4s and low 5s because of this pattern. Again, that pattern, I told you on the last video, that pattern did not look hard on paper. That pattern was brutal. So what you want to do is you want to go 2 teens, 2 20s, run that the first 2 or 3. Game 4, game 5. Another bad shot. Step it up a little bit. 230. Get there. And then you do like I did. Game 5 and 6, lanes are completely transition. And it's not really burned down because we only had 3 to a set. So, and we move lanes every time. But it's not burned down. So, when you get there, that's where I shot the 264 or 274, 263, whatever, in game 5 and 6. I was right where I needed to be at, which advanced me greatly. Blew it out the water. Beat 95% of the higher bowlers. I think you guys know Danny Cocker from the channel. Danny Cocker shot a 10-something over 6. Sean, pattern rough on him. Sean shot an 11-something. Brandon Harris Bailey shot an 11-something. You know, these are 230 average bowlers shooting 1100, under 200 average over 6. So that's why I say it's just, man, oh man. That felt like a good shot too. Wasn't dead, just a bad hit, just a bad angle that I hit it at. So we're sitting at 142 in the 7th. Haven't left it open. We need to get, like I said, we need to get to that 200s, 2 teens, and we're good. Just don't chop this, and we're all right. Okay. As long as we don't chop it. We're clean. We're good. We're at 145 in the 7th on a spare. So we started out 3 strikes, 8 spare. Strike in the 5th. Had 118 there. 6th, we go 6 spare. That hurt. And then 7th, we go 7 spare. That hurt. Low spares are not helping me putting them together. Get over there, ball. Get over there, ball. Another 7? Wow. All right. So the ball's getting a lot of oil on it. Again, everybody knows this ball is heavy or super absorbent. So we're in those 5 shots at the beginning, and now we're into frame 8 which means this ball, where it was at 3,000 grit, is probably would scan at 4,700 grit now, which is where you have to adjust for. Yeah, we just don't need to chop that. Okay, so we're going into the ninth now, only at 162 on a spare. We got to get above that 200. 2 teens, 220s are where we really want to get. 2 teens, but you got to get over to 200. Like I said, there was a lot of 5 series. There was high 4s, high 5s. Albany, can you call a ball return for me on 34? My doubles partner here for the mixed doubles tournaments are here, Albany. But with those 4s, you're safe with those. But then when you get to the better bowlers, the Baileys, the Seans, the Dannys, if they're those 5s, you gotta stay above that 200 to get in the 6s. If you can get in the 6s, you're golden. If you don't get in the 6s, then it's a toss-up. You're in jeopardy of not getting there if you don't get in the 6s. And this is on 3 games, so this would be like a sweeper. But again, this ball has soaked up so much oil in these frames that I actually just moved a board right. So when most balls, you say I got to move left, that ball is so absorbent, and you got to know in your head, that ball went from 3,000 grit to, if I scan that ball right now, it's at 4,700 grit, guaranteed. It is so, there's no squeaky test on it or anything. It has absorbed all the oil in 7 frames and 5 shots. So we're going to move that one board right to adjust for the oil absorption on this ball. Oh no, we're at 196. Oh my goodness, we're not going to get there. We're not going to get there. Sorry, we're good there. Pick up 2 pins. Pick up 2 pins. We're at 198. What's Sean want? Nope, I got it. It came back like 85 seconds late. It was on 34, but it came back. All right, so we go to 198. We can make that up in the next game. We're good. Pretty good there. All right, so 198. Oh, wait, no, we're not. We're 200. We got there. We had the strike in the ninth. 200 exactly. That's where we wanted to be at. Bam. Told you. So glad I'm bad at math. Ruger's better at math than I am. But anyway, so yeah, the ball, if I threw that at 1,000 grit, or if I threw that at 500 grit, it's a 145, 150 game. I guarantee you, because I've done it. I have done it. Throwing that ball on this pattern on 500 and 1,000 grit. It's dead. It rolls through the pins. You leave something stupid like a 4, 6, 10, because the ball just rolls through the middle. No pin action. We took it up to 3,000 grit. It got through the mids and the fronts just like the Venom did. Lethal Venom. And it still had hitting power, so it ran through the pins instead of rolling through the pins. So, again, we took Yannick Roos's advice. Again, if you're watching a bowling video, you should know who Yannick Roos is. If you don't, Google him. We took his advice. Even though he's with SPI, he's a very humble guy. He's a very knowledgeable guy. Probably one of the most knowledgeable bowlers you'll see or talk to. And he lets you know, he knew our motive. He's SPI. But he let me know what I needed to do with that ball. So now I could probably use that ball on sport shots. But it's not going to go into game 2 and game 3. As you saw how that ball transitioned over 5, 6, 7 frames, it absorbs so much oil. So that ball is going to be a 1-game ball. It's a great 1-game ball, but that's a 1-game ball. You throw that 1 game, you got too much oil on it, go ahead and throw it in your bag. Grab your Lethal Venom, grab your Hysteria. If you're a different guy, grab your, whatever you have in your bag, you're going to have to get rid of that ball. You're not going into game 2 or 3, because instead of moving left like you should be, if you keep throwing that ball, you're going to be basically at 5 playing down the 5-10 gutter line, and you don't want to do that. You're going the opposite direction how you want to. But anyway, guys, freewayproshop.com. All the balls you see me throw are on the freewayproshop.com website. It's the lowest price point in the entire country. We ship from 4 different locations. Get your ball in 3 to 4 days, shipped directly to you. We are now carrying all the CTD sanding pads. We are carrying the Hook Monster, which you guys know that's the only thing I use on my balls as a cleaner. Hook Monster is it. I only use the True Cut sanding pads. We also are going to have the Freeway sanding pads, which are identical, but you're going to be getting them with the Freeway logos on them. That's all through freewayproshop.com. Jump over, grab the balls. Lowest price point in the entire country on the balls. Lowest price point in the entire country on the CTD products. I'm part of Team I Am Bowling. Jump over to I Am Bowling. Order your jerseys. I don't care if it's 1 jersey, your squad's jersey for 4. I don't care if it's a pro shop. If you want to order 100 jerseys in bulk, use the code MOTIVEMANIAC at checkout and you get 20% off your entire order. And we don't charge any extra for any logos or your name. No extra like these other guys do. And it's 20% off. Shout out to Team KR Strike Force. You guys see I'm always in brand new Strike Force shoes. They keep me laced up. The brand new Gladiators, amazing. These are amazing. I will tell you the only difference between these and the Gladiators, these have no ventilation, so get you some spray to spray them because they kind of start stinking after a while. The Gladiators are mesh. They feel great. And the TPC, TPCs, the lace-ups, those are great. They all have the air bubble. They feel like you're wearing an Air Max floating on a cloud. So grab your KR Strike Force shoes. So that's pretty much it, guys. Bowling science again, something I didn't think about. Shout out to Yannick Roosh from SPI. Motive guy shouting out SPI, but I'm going to tell you, the kid is knowledgeable. And jump over and follow him, man, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Follow Yannick Roosh. That man is something else. If you want to see one of the greatest bowlers you'll ever see, and he's so young, he's impressive. And again, like I said, if you're watching the video, you know who Yannick Roosh is. You should. He's famous. He's Mr. SPI. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Shot a game with it, 3,000 grit. Not shooting a game 2 and 3 with it because I don't want to shoot that ball in a game 2 or 3. I could go to a Lethal Venom and shoot with it. Not going to do that today. You guys saw the Lethal Venom yesterday. So I appreciate you watching, guys. And we'll be back with Max Thrill Pearl and EXJ Jackal. How about that? I'll be the next 2 videos. Might throw the blue tank in there for you guys because I have not thrown the blue tank for you. I've got it. It's reacting just like that other purple people eater ball from the other company that I'm not going to mention. But yeah, it's reacting just like it. I'll show you guys how I surfaced that to get it to act like that purple ball that everybody throws. So have a great day, guys.
We're taking them out like a smack of fish.